Yeah, man, it's one and only DJ Chase, man. The pregame party mix podcast. I told y'all I'm working overtime. You know the vibes, man. We on 17 podcast networks on that YouTube, DJ Chase TV. The rebrand is serious, man. We got my guy, the one, the only, the legend himself, the Zen Master, my Zen Master, DJ Big Inf, aka Big Infinite. What's shaking?
Yo, what's going on, Chase? What's going down?
Ain't nothing, man. An undisclosed location right now until my studio gets back up, but you know how that go.
Yeah, of course.
Word, man. I want to say congratulations on the Bronx Blocks remix video.
Thank you, brother.
That joint is hot, produced by yours truly, of course, engineered, all of that good stuff. But the video, I didn't even know it was gonna go down, but the video the video is fire, bro.
Thank you, man. Shouts out to my boy Trizzy View. He did that.
Yeah. All right, man. So first and foremost, man, tell the people you have a very lengthy history in the music business and the music industry. I know that, but tell the people who you are and what you do.
My name is DJ Big Inf. From the Bronx. Damn, where do I start? Shit. Doing block parties. With m.o.p. From there, I met Fox from m.o.p. This was during when m.o.p. was transitioning from Rockefeller Records to G Unit. So I started dealing with them during that time, traveled with them, was DJing with them. Was blessed to be on the album m.o.p. Salutes to St. Marksman. I'm on track number 4. Called It Ain't Hard to Tell. That was put out through Koch.
Yeah.
We did that. Then a lot of things started to slow down with I'm not gonna say a lot of things slowed down for m.o.p., but I felt like things weren't fast enough for me because they had already put me in the game. So now I'm open. So it's like, all right, I can't wait on anyone to say X, Y, and Z. So I just went out there and just started creating a whirlwind on my own. So started doing that with the mixtapes. m.o.p. So DJ Big Inf salutes m.o.p. All Out War Part 1 and Part 2 that me and DJ Chase Chase helped me put that together. Like that's what really put me on the map, those mixtapes. You know what I'm saying?
But you was doing this long before we met, and then we just became family somehow, some way. But
yep.
But with that being said, you actually have a unique history because not only are you a DJ, but you're also a prolific. You've grown to be a prolific MC, my brother.
Thank you, man.
I must say, you've grown to be a prolific MC. Okay. Infinite, hold on one second. All right, hold on. Yeah, so you've grown to be a prolific MC, and with that being said, you've seen the game transition from a lot of I'm a young vet now, so I've seen the transition, but the transition that you've seen, right? Yeah. I'm gonna gloss over it. What's your favorite part of the transition, and what's your the one that you don't like about it? The music industry, excuse me.
I guess it was around 2005, 06 when social media started getting big, like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and stuff like that. So when I saw that wave coming in, that's when I decided to write that record, New Industry, because I saw what was coming at the time. So the actual DJ per se mixtape was being replaced with blogs. So these bloggers were dictating an artist, like where the artist would go on the playlist and things of that nature. So I saw that and I did a record describing that because I knew and saw where the industry is going, and here we are today. You know what I mean? It's all about, it's not really all about placement, but that really helps having a presence outside of the internet, like actual boots to ground. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's the internet. I like it. Like I like the change of it because it's more convenient. What I don't like about it is everyone, it's really hard to try to like get, we got things like this, like Zoom, Skype and shit like that, but it's still, I come from the era, like if you meet a girl in the streets or whatever, you're gonna ask for her number. Like I come from that era. You know what I mean? Now it's like you got all these dating apps and all of this shit. And it's cool to bring us all closer together, I guess. But you know, I'm stuck in my ways, man. So I dabble in old York and in New York. Like in the old industry and in the new industry, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You know? Yeah.
So with that being said, do you feel like with the technology, you know, because I'm very sure I know you personally, and you wanted to, you taught me the independent game. It's two people that taught it to me. You and my other homeboy from San Diego. Y'all told me y'all was independent for so long and I mean, you guys are more seasoned than I am in a sense because, you know, like back then, we were still trying to just come from getting labels and just trying to work for somebody else. Did you always kind of know you wanted to be independent from even back like the early 2000s?
Yeah. Like I actually, shouts out to my homeboy T-Mac. We actually had a deal through Sony Red or Sony Orchid, one of those distributors. And I remember, you know, taking a meeting, going up in the office or whatever. And I just remember the A&R saying that they're going to have certain say-so over things. Like they get the final say-so. Me being a grown man having knowledge of self.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not going to let some kid that just came out of Wisconsin and he has an A&R job at this company, he's going to dictate to me what he feels the world should listen to. So that rubbed me the wrong way. So ever since that point on, the deal fell through, thank God.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it forced me to be independent. So it was meant to be. Like, this is the only way I know. I prefer it this way, man. I got like a lot of professional rapper friends that's on the radio, whatever, and they're trying to cross over to the independent market, but they're so used to people doing shit for them that once they become independent, it's like they're stuck with their thumbs out. They don't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
So so I'm fortunate that I never got caught up in the machine and to be dependent on someone to do something for me when I can do it myself. There's YouTube, Google, whatever I don't know, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, and we work together. Like, you know, you keep me grounded. Like, honestly, like you taught me a lot, especially like as far as professionalism, you know, and you the longest person I've ever worked with. Like the longest we've been rocking, now longer than that, like maybe 07? So what, 15 years, almost 16 years?
About
that. So, you know, even with that being said, you know, like, okay, so even with the mixtape game, I'm gonna ask you questions about you, the DJ side and the rapper side, right?
All right, cool.
So being around M.o.p. and these guys, do you feel like that influenced you to be an artist, or do you always just had that in you?
It was always in me. My homeboy Foundation, he went by the name of Tomahawk. Him and my brother Taquan had a group called Footprints.
Yeah.
You know, they were signed to an independent label called Zestland. Like we did Freaknik, Jack the Rap, and all that shit. I was young, still in high school, traveling with these dudes. Word. So that is what made me want to get in the booth because I'm around nothing but spitters.
Yeah.
Like this was when New York was like Philly back then. You know how Philly got spitters? That's how New York was. So I was around that. So I had no choice but to, you know what I mean, get my words together and do it. And once I did it, it became natural. It was just like riding a bike.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you, so basically, because I don't even know this. So what was your first love then? So your first love was DJing, or your first love was being an artist?
It was actually DJing.
DJing, right?
Yeah.
Now
I only rap because I was around it and I was able to.
Yeah.
That's why I started to do it.
Oh, okay,
but
okay.
DJing is my heart. Like that's my first love. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So with that, you know, and transitioning to that, because you come from the days of like DJ Doo-Wop, Africa Bambaataa, then
Africa Bambaataa
is earlier. But
like Doo-Wop, Kid Capri, B, Chill Will, Super C, Double R, G-Bo the Pro. That's my era. Tony Touch, K-Slay, you know.
And now that you found so now that you found success in the streaming world as one, you know, you're a high streaming independent artist. You know, do you feel like the technology has, like, as far as the payout? Because I reason I'm asking that is because like the rewarding process of streaming versus the hand-to-hand CDs. right? So I just watched an interview the other day with China Mac on Vlad TV, and he was talking about just the expenses of the streaming world and just like the expenses versus, you know, the how much he invested into his career. Do you feel like do you like, you don't like the transition, do you, too much? No.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. This is the only way that I know. Like, I have a couple of barcodes on my records, like in my early stages. You know what I mean? But now with this digital shit, like I could actually see what I'm getting. Like the money gets deposited right into my account. So I actually like this.
You like this better.
Work out the payouts. You know what I'm saying? And we working on it right now. You know what I'm saying? Just gotta work the payouts out.
Yeah, and it's funny to me because, you know, even like with the All Out War mixtape, right? And we're gonna go back because, like I said, I'm gonna ask the DJ side and the artist side. So with the DJ side, do you feel like the technology has hurt the DJ and better the artist, or better the artist and hurt the DJ? I mean, hurt the DJ and benefit the artist, vice versa.
Well, to have that mentality that it hurt the DJ, that's just showing that you're not ready for change and progression. I would say it made it more convenient. Like I said, I come from the era of carrying crates. That's crazy because me and Sonny Chiba from Camp Low we was just talking about this, like the art of DJing and things like that. Like I remember doing clubs, getting on the D train with my crates of records, with about 10 to 12 crates of records every Friday and Saturday night, with 2-3 of my homeboys with me. I would have to pay them with me, obviously, to help me go downtown, set my shit up. You know what I mean? And when the show was over, get right back on the fucking train, you know what I mean? With all my crates or whatever. And so it was a lot. But now, you know, everything, you know, with your phone, like I done did parties with my fucking phone.
Yeah.
Like I felt like I was cheating and I got paid for it, but I'm like, yo, this is what it is. Like this is where we at, the new industry.
Yeah. And I like this because even like with this, I could interview people now with all the way overseas. And I just did a Toronto interview with Toronto. So, you know, I got an interview next week with Toronto. So you're like, you know, I think it goes hand in hand, to be honest. I think that it kind of furthers it. I just don't personally don't like the payout. I think the streaming payout sucks. To me,
I mean, I like what Serato is doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As far as like with the streaming and all of that, like when you put the music with Tidal and Serato, like I think that's dope. What Tidal did, how they meshed up with Serato so that artists can really, really get compensated. So that was dope on Tidal's behalf. I haven't seen no other streaming platform do that to cater to the DJ the way Tidal did. So small steps, you know what I mean?
And I want to ask this personally too. You know, I know you once again you have a large catalog of music. Is that particularly one of your strategies as far as why you get such high streaming numbers? Do you think that's one of the reasons why? Because it's more consistent?
That's exactly why, yo. You gotta like psych the algorithm out. Like if you just drop a song every month or every 2 months,
not gonna
eventually
work.
Yeah, it's gonna work. So I figure, you know, there's 12 months in a year, but then you also gotta have good music. Yeah. Like if you just putting trash out every week or every month, it's like you polluting the ecosystem. Like you gotta have quality. So and that's where this new era of how music is being created, it lacks. Like there's no buffer, there's no A&Rs, there's no one to, you know, to be like, yo, go back and spit that again or do this. Or I'm from that era, so I got to be my own A&R on my own A&R, or if I'm with you recorded, Chase, you're my A&R. You be like, but that's what's needed.
Yeah.
We need that, you know.
But you know what? But I also come from the school of you guys. So I come from like my pops, my cousin, you. So I'm around that tough love, and I've been around y'all for so long. So I don't know no other way as far as the creative process. Now, how do you feel about the new A&Rs? Because I'm gonna call them the new A&Rs, because the new A&Rs being all in the videos, all on the record, all on Instagram. How do you feel about that?
Who, like, give me an example. Like, who's some new A&Rs today? Like,
well, there's different ones. I see them because I have to follow them, of course. But I know like there's different A&Rs.
I wouldn't even know.
Yeah,
I mean, the only A&R that I know of would be someone like Punch, DJ Punch.
But even him, even him, he's more
Drewski, like him and Drewski, K Slade.
But Drewski's still a DJ. So there's a few.
But he kind of like ushers in. You know what I mean? He kind of is like that buffer system, like how DJ Self was with Cardi. Like he was Cardi's A&R. Like he signed to his label. You know, so in the aspect like that, I see those guys doing that. But back like when when the music was a lot more tangible, you could see who's the A&R. You could see who's the producer. You could see who's the MC or the rapper or the writers. Like everyone had their position. Today, everyone, like myself, we're wearing many hats. So I'm my own A&R. I'm my own DJ. I'm my own rapper. I'm my own engineer. So, you know, it's kind of like, it made everything a lot more closer and intimate. So that's why I asked you, like, well, who's an A&R? That's
the problem because y'all don't know who the A&R is now. Even back in the day, you knew Puff was the A&R. You knew what he actually did though.
Yeah, you knew what happened with that.
You knew what happened with that. Yeah,
kind of cloudy. Like I can't really, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and you know, with that, one of the biggest transitions I personally seen? How do you feel about the transition of the music shying away from the music? So the gossip column clickbait music versus just strictly music.
Say that again.
Okay, so basically, how do you feel about like the gossip, like the blog, like the gossip and the media ignorance, all of that stuff? How do you feel about that type of stuff, like the headline music? So it's just like clickbait music, but it's not actually selling. How do you feel about that?
Oh, that's the disgusting part. That's people just trying to get a quick dollar. I mean,
do you think? Let me ask. Do you think that it actually benefits the artist, or you think that it actually hurts the artist too?
Well, in today's climate, it depends on who or what the artist is, and if it comes with some type of scandal. I mean, look at Kim Kardashian. I mean, look at the things that are happening. Like people want smut on their name so that it'll attach to the brand. Like that's where we're at today. As far
as the artist, do you think that is actually hurting the artist now, or do you think that it's benefiting? Because I don't see the artist touring more so. That I don't think. Yeah,
it's 50-50. Like, you know what I mean? It obviously is hurting them because they look like a clown. But at the same time, look at these deals that are being offered. Look at the doors that are opening for them because of the buffoonery.
Yeah.
So I think it's a 50-50. Like, it depends on how bad you really want it. I'm not doing no stupid buffoonery shit like that to gain X, Y, and Z. Like, nah, I wouldn't personally do that. But to each his own, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And you know, and let me ask this too. So do you feel like with the technology now and the information from your day, because artists are still complaining about the same thing, owning their masters, owning their publishing. Do you think that the technology is the reason why these artists haven't focused on the ownership part, or you think that, or do you think that it's like kind of you think they should understand it more with the technology, being that the technology's here?
They should definitely understand it more because, like you said, the technology is here. All independent artists own their own publishing. Now, when I say independent, I mean shoestring budget independent. I don't mean Lil TJ independent. I don't mean Lil Baby independent. You know what I mean? I don't mean Chance the Rapper independent. I'm talking about independent. You got a 9-to-5 and you trying to make shit happen type shit. That type of independent. Now, when you independent like that, like myself, obviously you own all of your shit through your distributor. Like you own everything. It's there. You know what I mean? So that's a no-brainer right there.
Yeah.
You know?
we could do this all day. So I want to get to this Bronx Blocks remix video, produced by yours truly, mixed and co-distributed through Worldwide Sounds Records, right? Now the video Bronx Blocks the remix. First of all, how did you pull that head crack verse? How did that come about?
Yo, he actually reached out to me, like, and I was shocked when I saw the email. I'm like, heck crack. I'm like, wait a minute. So I Google it. I'm like, yo, this the nigga from Dish Nation. Like, what he want to get on the track with me for? You know what I mean? So hit him up, Blase Boom. He was like, yo, feeling your shit, Blase Boom, whatever. So I'm like, wow, okay, cool. You know what I mean? So we was going back and forth, trying to figure out how we was gonna do it. sent it to him, sent it back actually like within an hour. And I was like, wow, this dude is serious. And as Chase knows, like I've been sitting on this shit for a while, for like maybe
we had it for a year, almost a year. Yeah, almost a year. Yeah. Like literally, like right now, almost a year, probably. Yeah. And with the video, you know, what inspired the video? Because and in song, you name dropped a lot of Bronx legends, especially like Malik Sealy, a few, you know, was that on purpose, or you just like that was on purpose?
That was on purpose. Like those are pivotal points that I feel that the Bronx, you know, things that happen in the Bronx, like Malik Sealy, R.I.P., played for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Like, dude lived right down the block from me. So he was like a neighborhood hero to like one of our own to actually make it out of here to stardom. And unfortunately, you know, he passed away. And then when that happened, it was like, damn. So I just felt like I needed to highlight that. And actually, when we were out there shooting, his uncle and some family members of his, like they started to come outside because they saw me filming in front of the mural. But we were talking and they were telling me how thankful they were for me to be doing something like that. And me and Trizzy tried to get that on camera to be part of the video, but the damn camera had died. The battery died. So it was just all organic, you know what I mean?
But you know what? Those are just memories, like, you know, because it is crazy because even like you got so many stories and gems, and you know, have you ever thought about writing a book? Everybody always tells me I should write a business.
I am.
You gonna write a book?
I am.
Yeah,
I am. I'm already doing it. I actually started writing it about maybe 2 years ago.
Okay. Oh, you started writing it?
Oh yeah. Chase, you know, I've been through. Yo, man, too much shit, man. Tupac. Like Wesley Snipes.
I'm just saying, you know what it is?
Tupac in it, because you know how many times Pac used to be around here?
Of course. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Like my homegirl's mother was fucking him. Like you know what I mean? Like, so I had to throw all of that in the song. And I'm like, yo, I'm looking at this nigga. He like, yo, what's up, little nigga? I'm like, yo, that's Tupac. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, good shit.
And before we get out of here, I know, you know, I want to say salute on the video because I had no parts of the video. I had parts of the song, but the video's on mad blogs. It's popping right now for the video. The video's popping. And I feel honored because I just started making beats, and Inf is one of my hardest critics on my beats. So for that to do what it's doing, you got a couple of Spotify awards, a couple of streaming awards. So you know, with that being said, too, before we get out of here, do you like releasing full projects now with technology, or you like doing the album? The single thing.
Singles. The singles actually spread further because when you do like an EP or an album, like really no one has time to really sit through your shit like that. So I figure if I hit them strategically every time with just one joint, like every couple of months, and that hits, I figure that'll be my strategy to climb up the Spotify algorithm.
Got you. All right, man. Yo, Big Infinite. We can chop this up all day, but before we cut this recording off, before we get out of here, because we got to talk after the fact, man. Let me ask you, because my show is dedicated to that, the showcase, the show. If any artist, like, what's one of your pet peeves? How should artists go about reaching out to a DJ before I get out of here? How should they send you music? Yeah, how should they send you music?
For one, we're humans, man. Just be like, yo, peace, how's it going? You know, how's your day? You know, it's really the simple things, as opposed to just straight up, yo, here go my song, I'm a new artist, this, that, or whatever. And I'm like, So when people do that to me, that I know not to do that to other DJs on a higher tier than me. You know what I mean? So I always hit them with the just regular, basic human shit, compassion, peace, how's it going? How you been? You know what I'm saying? How you doing through these crazy times, whatever. You know what I mean? You got to maneuver that shit and then hit them with the ether. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Because all these artists are hitting me up, and I'm like, listen, you gotta do it professionally. You can't just send a wave file, a whole bunch of wave files.
That, definitely the EPK and all of that, preferably like with the blast and all of that, so that I can see everything is right there, as opposed to just songs and links and no dialogue with the link. So it's like,
yeah.
You know?
All right, man. It's Worldwide Sounds Records own DJ Chase, new industry group, artist owner, CEO, the owner, the boss man, DJ Big Inf, man. Give your social media, promote everything you got to promote for the audio listeners. What's up?
All right, yeah. DJ Big Inf. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all that. DJ Big Inf. New single out, Bronx Block remix featuring Head Crack video. Everything is out there right now. Catch me every Monday night, Freshest FM, my show, New Industry Mondays, every Monday, 9 to 10 p.m., based out of Atlanta, premiering all the hottest banging and shit. Got a new single coming out real soon called Shorty Wanna. And we just staying busy, man. Just staying busy.
Yeah, man, it's DJ Chase, Worldwide Sounds Records. It's the Pre-Game Party Mix podcast on 17, all the podcast platforms. DJ Chase TV. You ain't got to go to Vlad TV no more. You come to DJ Chase TV. The interviews, don't worry, we're going to get the studio popping too soon. Don't worry, the podcast studio, we're going to do some nice interviews out there. YouTube, YouTube, DJ Chase TV. Follow me on that Instagram _DJ Chase. Go to my link tree, DJ Chase, and you know the vibes, man. It's the Pre-Game Party Mix podcast on Dynasty Radio. Let's go.